Alright, you lot, Don here, and today we're looking at Transformers Legacy Deluxe Class Magneous. Here he is in his alt mode. As you can see, it looks nice. It comes with a sheet of instructions, this papers thing, and he comes with this little crossbow thing, I guess. I don't know exactly what it's called. Can also be an hammer as well. Yeah, anyway, here he is. You can bet that this guy's made out of a lot of magnetite, as well as like I'm sure that there are plenty of incel hearts into this. Incel hearts have gone into making this. So, yeah. Now, the interesting thing, of course, you can remove this, but you can also remove the most of the back half of the pickup in a way. So, yeah, that's an interesting thing you can do. Just line it up again, split this in half, and attach these halves to the axe itself. And attach this to the front half of the pickup, essentially the Rocky pickup. And there you go. That's it. Very interesting that you've got that display option. Of course, you know, I can just remove this, put that back the way it was. Go. Now that I've got that, attach that back here again. So yeah, that's quite an interesting display option. He rolls pretty well. Right. So yeah, of course, he's got loads of grey on him. So yeah, he is a rock type based former, so that's to be expected with his type anyway. Transformation for him is pretty interesting. Come around here, just kind of undo these, kind of tilt them down and get these out. That is actually the smoothest way you'll transform him. Flip out the legs, like that, split the legs, fold down the feet, kind of on double hinges, essentially. There is a tab and a slot. It don't really lock, so it's just more of a resting place than anything. So yeah, get that straightened out. Kind of get that down. Enough to get the arms out here. Fold out the hands, twist them forwards, and that's essentially his arms all done. Same on the other. Right. Just kind of get these open. Fold the head out. Bring the tires in. This is where the interesting part of this transformation comes into play, because I've not seen tires becoming chests before, so that's unique. Bring them down. The chest actually has, at this stage, a tab and a slot here. They will go into. Make sure that goes in all the way. There isn't all the way. There's also a type of hinge that's out the way, hinge here, that you can bring the entire arm section down. Kind of bringing them down. And there's a tab and a slot situation here they'll go into. And that is it. That is Magneous in his robot mode. I mean, that is one way. Of course, this goes in his hand either as an axe or a crossbow type of thing, whichever one you want. Another thing you can do is remove the canopy section of the alt mode, the windscreen section, and have him hold it as a type of shield of some sort. You can do that. Another thing you can do is remove these sections here and store them on the back of the legs. Yes, you can actually do that with tabs and slots on the legs themselves. So that if you don't like the gappiness of the backs of the legs, you've actually got something to do with it. You can actually do something about it if you so want to. And, admittedly, that's a very nice display option, as well as a tab and slot situation too. So yeah, very nice. Of course, articulation is as follows. His head turns pretty tight though. I don't think it goes 360, but it's pretty tight though. Arms go full 360, go in and out pretty well. Biceps turn 360, bands at the elbow, a bit past 90 degrees or exactly 90 degrees, hard to tell. Wrist turn 360, as well as go inwards on the ball joint, so yeah. Waist turns 360. Hips go forwards pretty far, backwards pretty far, and upwards pretty far. His legs in comparison to the knees are actually tight, pretty tight. Full splits and slightly a bit more. Bends of the knee, 90 degrees. Without disconnecting anything, it's pretty much 90 degrees. His ankles turn reasonably well. Back and forwards, okay. Oh, and thigh swivel, knee swivel is like 360. There we go. So that's that. Now, of course, that's not the only thing you can do. Like, that's these here for a moment. Another thing you can do is that, I mean, of course, you can do exactly what you've done before, which is, if I can get these back up for a moment and remove them, you can actually have them still be the weapon as before. So remove that up here, remove that up here, and you can still form the axe, but the hammer, but you can also do it for other figures like Bumblebee here, for example. He can hold this pretty well, though his joints might not support it that well, but he can hold it nonetheless. Now, other things you can do would be removing the arms and making them as side pieces for, I mean, the animated Prime, but I don't have him. But what I've done instead is made little guns out of them. How I do that is by removing the little tire rims from here. There's another section you can remove. Just kind of fold them up like I'm going to alt mode, essentially, and attach them in a way that looks like, cannons of some sort. How I do that, I know where I'm going with this. So, yeah, knowing how to attach them, where to attach them is also kind of important. How I have them hold it. But this is one way I make a gun out of it. You do the same with the other. And that goes, I can have that go into Sludge's hand, for example, Studio Series. I can have that happen, and this is what it would look like. I can make a little gun out of it if I so choose. Of course, not much is known about what you do with the body, and the canopy is pretty much useless in this whole thing. So, yeah, that is something. Of course, I've got to reattach these now. Is there anything about all this? It's pretty fascinating what you can do. I mean, these are called armorizers, which compared to weaponizers and fossilizers, and compared to those names, it does not sound as epic, but, it is descriptive, I suppose. Of course, when attaching these, you might want to know which way's which. Face the tabs inwards. You've got to face them the correct way. And since at this stage, attaching them is like already in the pickup configuration, we'll go ahead and transform him back. I mean, the arms already were, but, shut up. Transform him back. Just put these together and like that. Hands go inwards, turn them outwards, and fold them in. Just kind of get these up and out of the way. Do the exact same thing with the other. Undo these sections. Bring the arm sections up. Bring the chest, untap the chest, and bring it up all the way up here. bring the tyres out to place. The head folds underneath. There you go. That's that. I would recommend folding the arms in once you've got everything out the way. Just make sure that they're raised a bit. That's perhaps the best way of doing this. Just make sure that they're raised and out the way. That's actually your best interest. Because when you fold these in, right, fold them in like this, like that. How you get them in is a little bit of a difficultness. So I rotate them slightly inwards, just kind of fish them in here, and there's actually a tab and a slot that'll go here. Similar things exist for this tab and slot here. So I'm officially fishing them in like that. Hands actually become part of the pickup, which is something I don't normally expect hands becoming parts of something. But it has happened before with a G1 Onslaught. It's happened before, so it's not exactly that surprising. Just tab them into place, just get them in place, lined up, and all that jazz, and put the crossbow on top of the pickup, the way I had it before, and there you go. That is okay. Make sure I want to make sure that things are lined up too. Yeah, I did not make sure that things were lined up. So yeah, make sure things are lined up. And there you go. That is Transformers Legacy Deluxe class Magneous back in his alt mode. What I think of this figure? Very nice. Any faults with him? I don't think there are, but I do think that people might, you know, remove the arms a bit too easily for their liking. But I mean, it is part of the play feature. So, but the legs in comparison to the knees are pretty tight though. So I'm sure that's slightly. I wish the knees might have been a little bit looser than the hips. You know, he's a very nice figure to play with. So, yeah. Hope you liked this video and have a great time. And as always, see you later.